And can you still hear me? Yeah, cool. Right, 1 second. So find a comfortable seat, either eyes closed or fix the gaze into one still point. And just take a moment to roll out the shoulders. Roll out the neck if that's what you need. And gradually come to stillness. And let everything settle so the seat becomes nice and heavy. Let your spine be tall. A real lift up through the top of the head and then the shoulders just relaxing down. Either eyes closed or focus down. Allow the whole body to settle. Start to notice the breath. The body is still, but there is a spontaneous movement of the body with the natural cycle of breath. So just paying attention to that. Feel each inhale and exhale. Keep your focus on the breath. And the qualities of the breath. The speed. The rhythm. And the texture of the breath. The size of the breath. And then start to just gently deepen the breath. So we're working now towards a smooth, even breath that we're going to use through the practice. You find the rhythm, the count that works for you. So you might be inhaling for a count of 4, for example, and then exhaling for the same count. But you find the count and the capacity that feels right for you. And settle into that rhythm. Maintain this rhythm throughout the practice and let it guide you. Anytime you lose the breath, then you can use that as a signal to rest or modify. Take your time, join the practice when you're ready. We'll bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And there's an opportunity, if you like, to set an intention that might be for this practice, for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, something very specific or something really broad. You take a moment to consider your intention. We'll take an inhale together. Send out the intentions with your exhale. And lower the hands down. And we'll come forward to all fours. So the wrists are under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Spread the fingers out. On your inhale, lift the gaze and lengthen the spine. Exhale, round the back to cat. And now you keep moving with your breath. Go through the cat-cow undulations, maybe take some side stretches. But use this as a way to check in, see how you're doing today, start to loosen things up a little bit. And now tuck your toes under and push back to downward facing dog. And stretching into the backs of the legs, pedal out your feet. And bend one knee deeply and then the other. Release the head and the neck. And then come to stillness in down dog. The fingers spread out wide, arms are straight and strong, shoulders away from your ears. We'll use an inhale to come forwards into a plank. So either a high plank or release the knees down for a modified plank. On the exhale, pull the hips up and back to down dog. We're starting to warm up the shoulders, warm up the core. Inhale forwards to a plank. Exhale, shift back, down dog. One more. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Knees either up or down. Take another inhale here. And use your exhale to bend the elbows and lower all the way down onto your belly. Forehead down, pelvis down, tops of the feet down, point your toes. Inhale, press into your hands and lift up for cobra. Just come up as high as feels good for you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up to all fours. Exhale, back to down dog. On your next exhale, look forwards, walk the feet to the hands at the top of the mat and take ragdoll. Fold in, make sure your feet are at least hip width and rest little fingers into the elbow creases. And then really weigh your arms down, weigh your head down. Nice bend in the knees. And think of the crown of the head towards the floor, the sit bones tilting up. And start to sway from side to side. Feel the weight transfer from one foot to the other. The torso is just floppy like a rag doll. And then rock backwards and forwards so you catch yourself with your toes, rock back into the heels. And release your arms down. On an inhale, either curl slowly up, bit by bit, or come up with a long spine. When the head and the shoulders rise up, use another inhale to reach your hands up. Press the palms overhead. On your exhale, cactus the arms and open the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms, look up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Now interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold forwards. Bend the knees as you fold in. Let the head hang. Either your hands can rest on the lower back or you lift your knuckles up towards the ceiling. Soften the shoulders. Let the belly rest on the thighs. Now release your hands down and take a halfway lift. Press the hands into the shins just below the knees. Lengthen the spine. Open the chest. Halfway lift. Good. Exhale. Bring the hands down and step back to a plank. Now you're either in a high plank or you can modify with your knees down. We're going to hold it here. And you can just hold it, or we're going to take some shoulder taps. So you bring your right hand to your left shoulder, drop it down. Left hand to the right shoulder, drop it down. 2 more each side, no rush. So you keep your plank position just as it is, and you're just raising and lowering each hand. And you know that if there's anything that you don't want to do, don't do it. Take an inhale here, both hands on the mat. Exhale, lower down onto your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, push up, either through the knees or plank. Exhale, take it back to down dog. Take 3 breaths. On your next exhale, look forwards. Step the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, let your head go. Inhale, reverse swan dive, rise up. Cactus arms with your exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. And inhale to lengthen up. And the exhale, you fold back in. Let the head go. Take a couple of breaths. Slowly release your hands down and step back to your plank. So either the high plank with the knees lifted or modify it with your knees down. And we're going to take a side plank on the right. So the right hand is down. If you're modifying, you pivot the right shin around and press the left foot down. Reach your left hand up. The right hand down, left hand up. Maybe the right knee is down supporting you. And if the right knee is down, pivot the shin around so it's coming out to the side. Couple more breaths. Press the hips forwards. Open the chest up. Now come back to center, either a high plank or a modified plank. And we'll switch sides. Side plank on your left. Left hand down, right hand up. If the left knee is down, pivot the shin around. And reach up, really arch up through the left side. One more breath. And come back to center. Take an inhale in your plank. And the exhale to lower down. This time, arms down by your sides. Forehead down. Press the palms down. Thumbs turn out. The pelvis is heavy. Use an inhale to lift the chest up. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Option then to lift your feet up. And really point out through your toes. Lengthen through the crown. Stay here or hover the hands. And you might want to interlace the fingers behind the back. Two more breaths. And feel that whole back line is engaged. On your next exhale, lower down, hands under the shoulders. Use an inhale to push up. The exhale to shift back to down dog. Take an inhale through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Exhale, look forwards. Step the feet to the hands at the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Rise all the way up, reach the hands up. Arms by the sides, exhale. Now close your eyes and be still. Smooth out your breath. And just like when we were seated, your feet are now your foundation. So press into your feet. Lengthen the spine, lift up through the crown. Press the hands in prayer and remember your intention. Lower the arms by the sides. Bring the big toes to touch or keep the feet hip width for chair pose. Inhale to reach the hands up. Exhale, sit down into chair. On your next exhale, fold forwards. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards the nose, shift forwards. Step the right foot through. We're going to rise up into a crescent lunge. So press into your feet, reach your hands up. And settle in. If you need to modify, you might drop the back knee onto the floor. So make your foundation strong. Take the effort out of the arms and the shoulders. Use an exhale to lean forwards, reach your hands forwards. And like we did in standing, on your next exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach. One more time. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, extend the hands forwards. Then bring the arms down by the sides. Press the little fingers up. And we're going to glide or hop or step into warrior three. So bring the left foot forwards. Lengthen up. You might want to keep the left toes as a little stand, or you start to lift the left leg up as you lean in. Any amount. You might just be playing with lifting that leg up, dropping it down. You might need to hold on to the wall or the bookcase. Couple more breaths. Little micro bend in this right knee. Now, stay as you are. We're going to do a transition into warrior two. So you have to bend this right knee. Then place the left foot down. You're back in that lunge. Drop the back heel down. Windmill the arms open for warrior two. Good. And then settle in, make your adjustments, do what you need to do. Find stillness. And then ease off somewhere. If you want to make it a bit easier, you might straighten the leg a little bit. If you want to challenge yourself, you would try and bring that thigh parallel to the floor. Now you keep your legs as they are, and we'll take side angle. Bring the forearm onto the front thigh. Reach your left arm up. And that's really lifting you up, so there's very little weight on that right elbow. Then extend the left arm long over the left ear. And there's that long line from your back foot out through the left fingers. Drop the shoulders down. You could look down, you could look to the side, or maybe look up, and that actually helps to open the left shoulder up a bit. We'll use an inhale to press into the feet and lift back to warrior two. Flip the front palm and reverse. The right arm lifts up and back. Don't lose that bend in the front knee. You can keep this right hand up, or just drape the hand behind the neck and lift up through the right elbow. Lovely side stretch through this right side. Send some breath there. On an inhale, come back to warrior two. Stretch the hands away from each other. We'll take another inhale to stay. And the exhale to place your hands down and kick back to a three-legged dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Give it a good shake out. Now you can choose. You can keep this right leg lifted or drop the right foot down. You're in down dog. You can rest or we flow through. This is optional. Inhale, come forwards to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift back to down dog. And find your breath. Let's take the second side. Inhale lifts your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale brings the knee in towards the nose and step the left foot through. Setting up for our crescent lunge. Press down to rise up and adjust into it. Really strong in your left leg, but also through your right leg, so that we're on the toe mound of the back foot and that back heel lifts you up. Use an exhale to lean forwards, reach forwards. So then that front leg really feels it, so you need to use your back leg even more. Exhale, cactus arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach forwards. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Last time, exhale. Inhale. Now the arms come down by the sides. Press your little fingers up to the sky. Keep leaning in. Warrior 3, drag or glide that back foot in. Lengthen up. Lean forwards. Strong through that standing leg. Keep breathing. Got one more breath here. Now think about your transition into Warrior 2. Step the right foot back. Drop the right heel down. Open the hips and arms. And settle in. Side angle pose. Forearm to thigh, right hand up. Then over. Open the right armpit up. We'll come back to Warrior 2. Flip the front palm and reverse. Bend the left elbow, drape that left hand behind the neck. Lift up through the left elbow. Come back to Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Three-legged dog, kick back. Shake it out. Either keep your left leg lifted or drop the left foot down. Take a break or flow through. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling for cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift back to down dog or take child's pose for 5 breaths. We'll follow each breath in. And each breath out. One more breath here. On an exhale, look forwards. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms low by the sides. And be still, come back to your breath. We'll go through our sequence again. So either big toes to touch or feet hip width. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit down, chair. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale to step the right foot through. Crescent lunge, rise up. Inhale. Exhale, lean forwards. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arms by the sides. Root down through the right foot, float into warrior three. Just one breath here. And step back to warrior two. Open hips and arms. Deepen that bend into the front knee. Side angle pose, forearm to thigh, left arm up and over. Inhale, warrior two. Feel this real openness across the chest. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, hands down. Kick back to a three-legged dog. Now either go through your flow or take a break. Your choice. If you're flowing, it's one breath, one movement. No rush, no race. Exhale, you shift back to down dog. Smooth out your breath. And we're going to flow through on the second side. Inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Crescent lunge, rise up. On your exhale, lean forwards. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, reach. Inhale, arms by the sides, press the little fingers up. Drift forwards into your airplane or your warrior three. One more breath. Bend the left knee, step the right foot down, warrior two, open up. Side angle, forearm down, right arm up and over. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands down. Three-legged dog, kick back. Flow through your vinyasa or take a break. One breath, one movement. And we will meet in child's pose. Allow the body to be completely passive. Come back to the breath, that even rhythm. Take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, shift back to downward facing dog. From down dog, come forwards into a plank. And then we're going to take a forearm plank. So bring your forearms down. You can keep your knees up or you might want to drop the knees down. Keep pressing into your elbows, your forearms, engage your core, crown of the head lengthening, chest open. You've got 3 breaths here. But even with your knees down, you're still engaging that core. Squeeze the legs, lift the pelvic floor. One more breath. Now release into Sphinx. So the forearms are almost in just the right position. You want your elbows under the shoulders. So like you are reading a book on the beach. Elbows under the shoulders, not down by your sides, because that wouldn't really work if you were trying to read a book. Really prop yourself up. Spread the fingers out, press the forearms down, pubic bone presses down, so that lengthens the lower back. The tops of the feet press down, the crown of the head lifts up. Now you can stay just like this, or if you need a neck release, drop the chin to the chest. You could hold it here, or you could bring the chin over to one shoulder and over to the other shoulder. See how that feels for you. Lift the head back up. And we will rest. Bring the hands on top of each other. Rest the forehead on your hands. Turn the heels out, toes in. Now bring your arms down by your sides for locust. Forehead down. Either palms pressing down with the thumbs turn out, or you might want to interlace the fingers behind the back. Whatever feels better for your shoulders. Pelvis is heavy. Use an inhale to lift the chest up. Shoulders away from the ears. Option then to float your feet up, pointing out through the toes. Maybe you lift your hands up, hands away from the bum. If you have the fingers interlaced, pull your knuckles towards your heels and keep lifting up. But check in with the breath. Make sure that you're still breathing and the rhythm is even. If it's not quite there, then just ease off a little bit. We've got 2 more breaths here. And then release. Hands under the forehead. Take a break. Turn your heels out, toes in. Breathe into the back of the body. If there are any tight areas in the back, can you really breathe into those spaces? If you need to wiggle the hips, go ahead. If you need to further release the back, bend your knees and windscreen wipe your shins side to side. Release the legs down, hands under the shoulders, push up to all fours. Take it back to downward facing dog. Let that be a release for the lower back. If you need to pedal out the feet, go ahead. On an exhale, look forwards, step or hop to the top. Fold in. Big toes to touch your feet, hip width for chair pose. Sit down, reach your hands up. And we're going to take eagle. So bring your right arm under the left, either hands on your shoulders or wrap your forearms. Lift the elbows up. You can stay with the chair legs, or you pick your right knee up, cross the right thigh over the left, maybe support yourself with the right toes, or just hug the right foot into the left calf. Sit down, keep lifting the elbows up. So you don't need to lean forwards. You want to think about pulling the shoulders back over the hips. 2 more breaths. Let that be a release across the upper back and the shoulders. We're going to come back into chair. And switch sides. The left arm under the right. Either hands on the shoulders or wrap your forearms. Elbows up. Relax the shoulders. And then cross your left leg over the right. So either keep your chair legs or wrap the thighs. To see if you could line your elbows and knees up. Sit down. Lift the elbows up, pull the shoulders back. Really good. A couple more breaths. Releasing back into chair. Take an inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Now take ragdoll, the feet hip width, and any arm variation that you like. So you might just have the ragdoll arms with little fingers in the elbow creases. You could take chest expansion, interlacing your fingers behind your back. Or you might interlace behind the head. And that's quite nice. I like the way the weight of the arms kind of really traction through the neck and the upper back. Add in some movement if that feels good. And release your hands down. And step back to downward facing dog. Now you can stay here, or there is the option to move through the flow. Inhaling to plank. Exhale to lower down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale to down dog. We're going to come back into a plank. You might want to modify with the knees down. Take an inhale and be really strong in your plank, like it's the first plank you've done this class. And then we're going to use a slow exhale to bend the elbows and lower down. Imagine that you have really good upper body strength, very strong arms, very strong core, and you lower all the way down. We'll take extended wing. I'm going to demo on the left because I haven't got the room on the right at the moment. So extend your left arm straight out to the left. Roll yourself onto your left side. Either stack the legs or bend the right knee, bring those right toes behind the left leg. And you're in a shoulder stretch. So if this is too strong for your shoulder, bring your hand down towards your bum. Left hand down towards your bum. If it's not strong enough or you want to add on a little bit more, creep your left hand up. Right hand can just stay where it is on the mat. That's not going anywhere. It's just the left arm that's moving either up or down or just staying as it is. And your head is resting on the floor, not kind of hovering. Just let it rest. If it's not quite touching down, you could use a block or a pillow or something. Take a couple more breaths. Let yourself roll back onto your belly. And we'll switch sides. So the right arm reaches out to the right. Roll onto your right side, either legs stacked or left knee bent. And adjust into it by either moving the right hand down towards your bum or right hand up. 2 more breaths. And then come back to center. Hands under the shoulders. Push up to all fours. And we will take puppy. So might need to move your knees a little bit further back on the mat. Walk your hands forwards and start to sink the chest down. So the hips stay above your knees. Stick your bum out. I like to keep my toes tucked under. You sink the chest down. You might rest on your forehead. You might rest on your chin. You might be able to bring the chest and the chin down together. So imagine a puppy or a kitten doing a big stretch. And if there's resistance through the shoulders and the upper back, breathe into it. And walk the hands in, coming back to all fours. We're going to lower back down onto our belly. Or seal. So you point your toes, bring the hands more towards the corner of the mat. So it's kind of like cobra, or sphinx rather, but we lift the elbows up. So start to press into your hands, peel the chest up, the elbows lift up, but not locking the arms. There's a light bending to the elbows. Open the chest, so squeeze the shoulder blades together, crown of the head lifts up. 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, lower down. Come up to all fours so the spine is neutral. Move through cow and cat if you need it, but then we'll take child's pose. Seat to heels, forehead resting on the mat, or you could use your hands. Make it very soft. Send those big breaths into the back. Now come up to sit and extend your legs forwards. So a seated forward fold, less about stretching the backs of the legs, more about stretching the upper back. So I'm going to keep my knees bent, flex the feet, lengthen up, and then lay over my thighs. And I'm going to grab onto my feet and look down towards the mat. And then you might sort of creep the heels forwards a little bit, but just find your edge here. You don't want like a huge hamstring stretch, but more the upper back stretch. If your feet are really easy to grab, if you have a block, you can bring the block behind your feet or under your feet and hold on to that. And then you're just trying to stretch. So if you do the sink stretches, the kitchen sink stretches, my chiropractor told me all about these. So you hold on to the edge of the sink and you just hang back and get that lovely stretch through the back. So imagine that you're kind of hanging onto your feet and stretching the upper back and the shoulders. Just a couple more breaths. And then gently release, lift up. Just for fun, one reverse plank. Bring your hands down, so the wrists are under your shoulders. Point to your toes, squeeze the legs together. Push down and lift up. And this is strong work, so we're not going to hold it for long. Keep pressing down through your hands, through your feet, lift up. Then release the bum down. And we'll make our way down onto our backs. Hug your knees in. Take some movement or be still. And then bring your knees to your armpits for happy baby. So the knees come wide to your armpits, or in that direction anyway. And the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling. So from there, you can work out where you can hold on, either behind your knees, your ankles, maybe you could reach the outside edges of your feet. And then you pull down. And see if you can find a more neutral spine. So the bum, the tailbone really wants to curl up towards the ceiling. Press that down. Get a bit of the natural curve back in the lower back. And again, you can just be still or you rock from side to side. Really notice that we're starting to slow down, less effort. Now release and bring your feet onto the floor. And we'll take figure 4 on your right, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, open the right knee up. And you can stay in this position or thread the needle, bringing the hands around the back of the left thigh. Let the left foot dangle down. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Soft breath. And release your hands, bring the left foot down and the right foot down. Straight onto the second side. Left ankle crossing the right thigh. Stay here or thread the needle. Find the shape and ease off. Release your hands, bring both feet down. Just take a moment, knock your knees together. Press one hand on the belly, one hand on your heart. And we'll take a twist. So with the thighs together, shift your hips a little bit to the left, roll your knees to the right. The right hand could rest on your left thigh or on your belly, and reach the left arm out to the left. Quietly switch sides. Knees rolling over to your left, right arm reaches out. Come back to center. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Extend the legs for Shavasana. The feet to the edges of the mat. Let the toes roll out to the sides. And the arms down by the sides. Turn your palms up and then make all your adjustments that you need to be comfortable and still. The whole body is heavy. Let go of all physical effort. Let yourself be held here. Let your breath be natural. And we'll take a few minutes to let the mind disconnect. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of the practice, start to deepen your breath. And when you're ready, begin to move the body, move any way that comes naturally to you. Bring your knees in. Let yourself roll to one side and make your way up to sit. When we meet seated with the hands in prayer. Moment to be still. Moment to acknowledge your practice. Feel anything that it's brought to you this evening in the body and the mind and the breath. And bring the thumbs to the third eye and remember your intention. We bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.